And hello, good morning or afternoon whenever you're watching this. If you're watching live or you're watching the replay, welcome to another segment of Success Scopes with Carol R. Owens, Carolyn Owens. And I am the chairwoman and CEO of Infinity Coaching Incorporated, where we help you up-level your skills so you can up-level your income and life. And so our scopes are all about just quick tips and strategies that help you move forward. Hi, Rebecca. That help you make forward, stay focused throughout the week, that are just really giving you short tips and strategies. And we try to keep it, no more than 10 to 15 minutes because we know you have all this, like I like to say, noise coming in every day, all throughout the week that can be overwhelming, frustrating, and it's just trying to sort it all out and just, it's just coming everywhere. My inbox, as many emails as I get every day, it can be ridiculous. And some of the stuff we don't even subscribe to. So we keep it short, just quick 15-minute burst of motivation. So for all the regular followers, if you're watching the live or watching the replay, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And if you like what you hear, I encourage you, show me some love, tap on and give those hearts, or share it with someone that can benefit from the information. Everything won't always apply to you, but I'm sure you know someone that you can share it with. Before we get in our topic today, I just want to share with you one of the quotes I was going through. I have, different calendars and motivational stuff that I look at myself, and I want to share for the women out there a quote that I got this morning that kind of resonated with me a bit. And it's, when a woman becomes her own best friend, life is easier. And that's by Diane von Furstenberg. And so when I looked at that this morning, I was thinking, about how we treat ourselves, and so many women put everybody else before themselves to the detriment of their health, and they look back and have a life of so many regrets. So it's just something to think about, become your own best friend, and think about, would you treat your friend that way? Some of the different things that we, neglect and don't do for ourselves, but we would give and do so much for each other. But as we treat ourselves better and we're more whole, we actually have more to give and more to offer. So it's just a quick thing for people to think about out there, and I'll say it again. It's, when a woman becomes her own best friend, life is easier. And it's by Diane von Furstenberg. So we've been talking about, this one thing that just pulls on us, nags on us, that we don't even often realize it, and how it impacts our life, our business, and our career, and that's sleep deprivation. And last week we just talked about some of the signs of sleep deprivation, because we're often not realizing that we're not getting enough sleep, and we're in this denial state because we are in this mode that you'll sleep when we're dead, or we gotta hustle. And it's good that, yes, if you're doing that every now and then, but there's times where it's going to show up and it's going to start wearing on our body, wearing on our ability to produce and how we're relating and impacting to everyone, our relationship, our communication. And so you really got to pay attention to, is this what's causing, some of the stress in our lives? It's holding back from living up to that full God-given potential that we have. So we were going to start talking about some of the signs. We're going to talk about the impact, and then we're going to talk about some ways that we can improve our sleep habits, so that we can be more productive and that we are giving fully of who we are. And so last week, some of the 5 things that we talked about were, we talked about loss of memory, that if you're not getting enough sleep, one of the signs is memory loss. And that could be something, there's simple little things that show up where you're forgetting where you put your keys, or you're forgetting where you put your glasses. And it's just those things that you unconsciously are now putting things down because you're not as focused and aware of the things that you're doing. So when you go to find them, you don't know where you last set them. So that's one way it shows up. Another way is klutz. You see yourself becoming more off balance, and you may trip going up the steps, or you miss that curb that you should be walking over at the street there, and just even spilling a cup of milk or spilling your cereal or something that may be happening that typically you wouldn't normally do, but you see yourself becoming just more of a klutz lately. Will be another one that we talked about. If you have an increased appetite, because of the way you're not sleeping, and so your body's looking to get that energy from something else because it's not getting what it needs from the rest that you would get, and so you find yourself wanting to eat more, and so with increased appetite you'll have weight gain. So that would be another sign. You're exercising and you're not realizing how much more you're eating. So you're eating more than you're burning off, and it's showing up in these extra pounds. And oh, well, I'm working out hard, I'm doing these things, but why am I putting this extra weight on? It could be because you're not getting enough sleep. And another one would be acting impulsively. So this would be where you are making decisions or doing things, saying yes when you would normally say no, and you're not really being true to yourself. You're just responding, or you're also you're snapping faster, or so your children will say something that typically you respond in a nice calm manner, but you kind of snap back at them. You will be doing this with your spouse, your partner, your children, even in work situations where you have that person at work that can kind of get on your nerves. Well, that's elevated because you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're a little frustrated. So little simple things that they would do that you normally say, oh yes, that's them being them, will irritate you more, and your communication and your interaction with people will change. So you can see how if you're having a meeting with someone, your relationship, how that will impact you, and it's from not getting enough sleep. And so today I want to share 5 more things and signs that you can think about. Is this happening and showing up in my life that I'm not getting enough sleep? So one would be, do you find yourself getting sick more often? Because if you're not getting enough sleep, it does affect your immune system. So you can catch colds easier, even in the summertime. It's just that immune system is not as strong as it can be because you're not getting enough sleep. Another one would be looking at your emotions. Do you find yourself crying or getting, all teary-eyed and emotional over things that you normally wouldn't have? Like the scenes in the movie where you usually be like, yeah, that's happened, but you find yourself really wanting to kind of cry a bit, or you feel a little bit depressed about things. It's almost similar to signs of depression. So where you see it showing up emotionally for you. And that can also be, since you're so tired and you're so exhausted, that's how you're responding, more emotionally than you normally would. Another one would be your skin. If you're not getting enough sleep, your hormones can be off balance, and it's going to show up where you'll have more breakouts, and you'll actually, your skin can show signs where it looks as if you're aging faster. Just by getting more sleep, you can kind of clear that up. But if you're not getting that sleep, it will change that, facial appearance. As I said, more breakouts, you look older, more wrinkles, different things from not getting enough sleep. It's in that hormonal imbalance will be taking place. Another one is your eyesight. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you don't control the muscles in your eyes the same as you normally would. So this impacts, say, like reading, looking at things close up, where it's kind of a blurry vision for you. So if that's happening, and it just, you're just started happening, you could even just went to the ophthalmologist and know, hey, I got 20/20 vision, but you're finding this blur going on when you're reading. That could be because you're not getting enough sleep. And then we talked about skin, we talked about emotions, we talked about getting enough sleep, getting sick more often, and eyesight. And so the last one I want to talk about is really about the mind, the relaxed state of mind. If you are not getting enough sleep, it also adds and increases the stress level and amplifies the things that you're experiencing. And a lot of times we can't sleep because of the stress in our life. So for example, your finances, you're having a difficult time at work, with everything going on, it's just so hard to find peace at night. And when we talk about some of the strategies and ways that you can get not just quantity, but quality sleep, we're going to talk about how you can find that peace of mind, how you can find, not have all of that stress weighing down on you when it's the time to go to sleep, because that will prevent you from going to sleep. A lot of people suffer from insomnia, there's sleep apnea, there's all different types of sleep disorders, but some of it is because of everything you've got going on in life, all the challenges, all the stress. It's keeping you up at night. So we're going to talk about ways in a subsequent week of how you can find that peace of mind. So that gives you 10 different signs that you can look for, and you can observe your day, your evening routine, and your morning to see if these are showing up for you. Are you snapping at people a little bit more? Are you having that blurry vision when you're reading? And there is one more I did want to mention, and it's microburst. So do you find yourself like it's like a quick shut down and go to sleep? You close your eyes and you're ready to go to sleep. This happens a lot when people are driving behind the wheel, and it's your brain, your body and mind, it's so tired that it just kind of shuts down, and you're trying to fight it, but you just go to sleep. Okay, it may not last long, but the problem is when that happens behind the wheel, the accidents, the things that can happen, and in work environments when it happens, when you're with your children, if that happens and your child could run off and you're wondering, where'd my child go? And you don't realize that for that moment you shut down, you close your eyes and you went to sleep because your mind and body were so tired. And that's called microburst. And I think that's probably one of the main things to look at. So I encourage you, take a look at the things that we've talked about last week, this week. Observe your week. Are these things showing up for you? And if so, hey, let's begin to look at how it's impacting you and some of the changes that you can make. You wonder, why as a career coach do I talk about sleep deprivation? Because it's that whole big picture. It's not just about, you can have the best career. You can have that job that just lights your fire, that you're so passionate about. But if you're not showing up fully committed, and I mean that's emotionally, spiritually, if you're not showing up physically, you're not able to give all that you can in that profession, that career that you love so much. And you could then see, the consequences of not fully showing up. So you need to really take a look at the whole to really have that true success in your life. And like I like to say, success on your own terms. So thank you for being here for another episode of Success Scopes with Carolyn Owens here. I appreciate you taking the time to listen if you're watching live, if you're listening to the replay. We do continue the conversations throughout the week in our Facebook community. It's a free community there, and it's called Infinity Coaching Community. And if you want to be a part of the group, you can just go to it's infinitycoaching.net/community. Or if you go to my website, you can find out what it's all about. And that page is infinitycoaching.net/free-community. You can also find me all over social media. You can find me at Carolyn R. Owens on Instagram and Twitter. You found me here with Periscope at Carol R. Owens. You hear my dogs barking right now. My son's getting up from playing some video games and stuff, so they love to get his attention. So you hear them going right now. And one of the things that we were actually doing in our community day, just to give you an idea of what's been going on there, where one of our members in the community is talking a little bit about LinkedIn and how he gained some new connections just this weekend by one method he did. His name is Kelly Mariano, and that's one of the things we're talking about in the group today. So it's not just for business owners. We have nurses in the group. We have some direct marketers. We have speakers. We have coaches. We have best-selling authors, award-winning best-selling authors in the group. It's a small group. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca, who's watches, is in the community, and she said it's brilliant. And we're seeing, people achieving goals and just having a great time. So I encourage you to stop by and visit us there. Connect with me on other social media platforms. And we will be back Friday, 2 p.m. for what I call Follow-Up Friday. Quick check-in, see how everybody's week went. If you are noticing how, sleep deprivation is there in your life, please share, comment, and you can always email me at cowens@infinitycoaching.net. Again, I thank you so much. I appreciate you for watching, taking time, and I will see you here on a Friday, 2 p.m. for Follow-Up Friday. And until then, here's to your success. Have an awesome, blessed week.